What's up, y'all? Welcome to the Daddygate podcast. Are you ready, Mr. Chancellor? Are you ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready, Truthy Poo?
Dude, I am ready spaghetti, man. Already.
Yeah, man. Fucking hell. We're real G's.
Shout out to Big Al.
Shout out to Big Al indeed. Yes, poor little Big Al. Little Big Al has been spanked by Attwood, maybe, by the looks of things. Basically, he's an audience member who had an upload of my first video on his channel, and it's been struck down for bullying.
Presumably
for bullying Sean Attwood.
Well, he did say "fuck you, Weezy" at the end, so.
well, maybe that's what it is. Yeah, he did add "fuck you, Weezy" to the end of his video title. Big Al doesn't like Weezy very much, so that's fine. You know,
it doesn't bother me. I'll give him a kiss. I'll give him a kiss like I gave Sharon Gill. There you go, Mr. Big Al.
Yeah, now you're all friends again, so all good. But yeah, so apparently re-uploading my content. He did change the background. I've never had an issue with him having done that. I've spoken to him many times. He's fine with me. Apparently re-uploading my content is bullying Sean Attwood now, so that's good to know.
Yeah, man. Sean feels like we're bullying him by re-uploading it, so might as well just re-upload
as much as possible,
even if you only got 0 subscribers.
Yes,
still do it.
Exactly.
It don't matter. Do it.
That's it. Exactly.
And well, while we're on that subject, True Media, a true friend of the show. Shout out to Mr. True Media. He was hit with a false copyright strike for actually uploading one of the videos that I have on this channel, in which I successfully won the counter against Sean Attwood. And Mr. True Media mirrored the video and uploaded it onto his channel, and Sean hit him there as well.
That was with permission from you.
Yep.
Wasn't it? That he uploaded that, and that was an actual copyright strike he got. So one of the ones that actually damages your channel and forces you into a legal process if you wish to defend it, which is obviously not something that everyone wants to do. And the worst part of that is that the video is not Sean Attwood's video to strike. It's your video.
No.
Because it was reinstated by YouTube because you defended Attwood's copyright strikes, his false copyright strikes. You won that battle. YouTube re-uploaded the video as a result of that. And now Attwood's going and striking other channels to try and get rid of a video which has been proven not to be his. It's not his content, it's not his material. He's got no legal claim to it and no legal right to strike anything that isn't his. And that video is not his. You can't just keep striking the same video. You tried it on your channel, it didn't work. It's your video. YouTube agrees, re-uploaded it onto your channel, or reinstated it, I should say. And now he's trying to strike it off True Media's channel. It's just a crock of shit, really.
That video must have struck a nerve with him, you know what I mean? Like,
wait, hold on 1 second.
Yeah. Chancy poo poo in the motherfucking house. Hell yeah. Damn it. You know what? Let's do a little pause break.
Let's do that just while I enable Truthy into drinking. Truthy's first day not drinking. I thought I would pull him back into it. Nobody stops drinking on my watch.
All right, I'm back.
You back? You loaded?
All right. This beer opening is for Bob from Yorkshire.
Nice. Clacky and Bob.
Oh yeah.
Beautiful.
Shout out to Uncle Bobby. Shout out to Chris Hartley. Shout out to DJ Mossy for that exquisite conversation.
Quality conversation last night, yes. Last night at the time I recorded in this anyway. It was good to hear all the voices as well.
Oh yeah, man. It was a great time, man. I mean, I didn't really have nothing planned. That's why I called it a call-in show. We did have a topic in mind, and I guess we can break it down a little further today with Miss Joyce. We're not going to put any links to her channel. We don't want to prop it up any more than it needs, but...
Well, it needs a lot of propping up. Let's not give it any...
Well, that's the whole thing.
It's an attention-seeking ploy.
Yeah, the whole thing is strange, man.
Thing.
When we first got wind of her, I don't know, you brought it up to me, but I don't know how you found out about it. Maybe it was Missy T, I can't remember. But, you know, it was this channel with almost 3,000 subs, and she was covering Daddygate. And I remember you saying, well, she's doing an okay job, but, you know, she's missing a lot of information.
The first I can't even remember how I became aware of this person. I honestly can't remember how I became aware of her. But for some reason, she's got it in her head. And I did think she was doing okay. I thought she was okay. She's just breaking it down. To be fair, I didn't watch long extended periods of her video. I watched like 5 minutes here and then 5 minutes there. But for some reason, she's got it into her head that she's been on my radar for a very long time by the sounds of things, because she says that people have said that she has told them that they're working for me, which is the most stupid bullshit I've ever heard in my life. Just subs that have spoken to her on her channel, and they say, she says you're working for Chancer. And other things she says to you in your interview with her, she said that I am one of the Hoaxstead trolls, which I don't even know which side of the argument that makes me on, because I've looked into Hoaxstead so little. It's not a topic that I have covered.
I don't know jack shit about Hoaxstead.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's not something I've really looked into. It's something that's been discussed so often in certain areas. It's not something that I make content about. I make content about things that I'm interested in. You know?
Yeah.
If you want information about Hoaxstead, go to a channel that does Hoaxstead stuff. But she's saying that, first of all, I'm part of the Hoaxstead crowd, and also she says that I personally make channels in her name, and then when she clicks on them, it's horrible things that are said. Like, I don't understand. I don't know what she's talking about. It sounds as if she's literally just there to inject falsehoods into the listeners' ears, to be perfectly honest with you. It surprised me how obviously false and unqualified all these statements were, because of course there was no evidence. As always, when these kinds of things are said, there's never any evidence provided of it. But you would think that if I had an interest in the Hoaxstead stuff, I might have actually made a video about it. Yeah. You know,
I've never heard you mention it at all, man. And I don't know jack shit about it either, man. Like, I've heard it. I would be lying if I said I've never heard the term Hoaxstead. I've heard it.
Yeah, I'm not interested in that at all, because it's been done to death, you know?
100%, man. And I don't know anything, man. I don't know anything. I don't know what side, if I had all the facts, what side I would be on. Would I be on this side? Would I be on? That's how little I know about the situation. I have heard it brought up by our subscribers. You know, they've talked about it in the comments, and that's where I first heard about it. But if I were to say, oh yeah, what side do you lean on? Who do you believe? Or I don't know. I don't have any information, so I couldn't make one decision one way or another. And I'm not trying to be rude, nor am I interested in it. So please don't send me links. Yeah. I don't want it. I'm not interested in it. So I want to put that caveat. I'm not interested in it. That's not.
Oh, there's content out there that you can go and check it out. You know what I mean? There's places that have investigated it.
Yeah.
There's no point in investigating things that have been investigated by other people. And speaking of investigations, this is what this Terry Joyce person actually says that she does. She's an investigations channel apparently, but she didn't have. And I don't want to shit on her, but I don't believe that she's come into it from a genuine position of.
That's exactly it, man.
Find out what's going on.
Well, when she claimed that she never, she made a video saying that I took down she destroyed me so hardcore that I had to remove the video because I was embarrassed.
Another completely false, objectively false statement. And I thought you'd left that conversation with her on fairly good terms for someone that was shouting over you and deliberately not listening to things. But you kind of seemed to say you're welcome back on. I'll send you a few links and you can look into these multiple things that you haven't looked into. So you obviously know nothing about Daddygate, but okay. And I thought you'd left on fairly good terms. For her then to say that you removed the video because she embarrassed you so much with the facts, it's just so uncharitable and such dirty fighting,
Well, and then what did Sean Attwood say on his comments? Like, he was pretty much praising her, for destroying your narrative, my narrative on the whole Daddygate issue. Basically destroying us, the trolls. And he was commending her. And I looked at it.
Loving the comment.
Oh, she was loving it. Like, hell yeah.
It's just a little circle jerk that's going on there.
Well, and to be honest with you, I don't even think Sean was... I think Sean was kind of trolling there. Like, he knows what happened. He heard it.
Of course.
He tuned in. And he's fucking with us,
The fact he is 100%, man. But you didn't take the bloody video down. That's the thing. Look, so how can she say something that's so false?
Well, she claimed that. And then when you want to say you didn't see the video down or that I took the video down, I sent you the links twice. And I told her that. And she's like, well, that's my truth.
That's my
what
truth.
the fuck does that even mean?
That's my truth. It doesn't mean anything. It's such bullshit. That's my truth.
So
we're not looking for anyone's particular truth.
So if you go into a bathroom, before someone goes in the bathroom's clean. And then when
a good analogy.
When a person comes out, there's just a turd nowhere near the toilet, just on the ground by the sink. And you're like, that's your turd. No, that's not my turd. That's my truth. You know what I'm saying? Like,
wasn't there when I came in. That's my truth.
I don't know, man. It's just, that's how ridiculous. Oh, well, that's my truth. What truth, man? People were commenting. Dude, I only have 1,000, about 1,200 subs. And the video hit like 1,000 subs in less than 1,000 views in less than 24 hours. So people were watching it. So what the hell was she talking about?
Yeah. And it was another example of such a false statement. Okay, she's saying that she couldn't find it, but that's no excuse because you sent her the links.
Yeah. I sent her not once, but twice.
And I would give it a little bit more credibility for saying, well, I couldn't find it. Okay. Right, okay, fair enough. I would maybe just say, okay, benefit of the doubt. But for her to say that I'm a Hoaxstead troll who's making accounts against her, this woman was not on my radar until 2 days ago or 3 days ago or something like that, So it's just, that is so wrong. I've never had any communication with this person. She's tried to put comments on my channel, which she then deleted, or they got removed when she deleted her channel or whatever. I don't know, what was going on there, but I unfortunately couldn't screenshot the big comment where she said that Sean Attwood was going to sue me and I should be careful about what I use and I should look into the law and blah, blah, blah and all this crap. One of those, stupid comments. And that was before I even knew who she was. At that point, I didn't know who she was. Yeah. So for her to say that there's some ongoing thing of me against her, it just sounds like she's been... You could assume you'd be forgiven for thinking before she goes on, she's spoken to Attwood and Attwood has said, well, put out some bullshit about Chancellor, say that he's Hoaxstead, troll, and all these things to try and discredit. But they forget they can't discredit people who show their thinking. I'm showing my thinking. I'm not just going to ramble and make a statement about things like she did. I'm actually going to show you where I've got my information from.
Well, it's kind of like another version, of another person that sits on the wooden throne,
yeah, very much so.
They just spout off, and even the names are very similar, and they both have acting backgrounds.
Well, they both know each other as well, apparently, according to this choice. But I don't believe that's even true. I don't actually believe her, because she's saying, oh, well, this is about Anne. I know Anne, she's a Hoaxstead troll. Is she? Yeah. And she says, me and Anne go way back. Anne's got 147,000 subscribers. You know what I mean?
150.
Where's all this stuff coming from?
That's exactly right. She said 150,000 subscribers, but she was making shit up all through the night. In her, in that video where she said that I took down the video because she destroyed me. She
didn't even see that.
Well, she said that she embarrassed me so hardcore because I was streaming in front of 150 live viewers, and I go, that's another lie. There was only 90 people max that night because it was so late in the evening, and there was only 90
smaller channel.
Yeah, it was only 90 people. And for those that haven't seen it, it's on my What is Truth live stream secondary channel, so you're more than welcome to check it. It's called A Debate.
It hasn't been taken down. It's been up since it was published.
Yeah.
It's been up since the day it was published.
So many lies, man. And, on this topic of Andrew Gine being continuously mentioned by this person, she called Andrew Gine Andrew Jean. Andrew Jean. And when I had heard that, even prior to speaking to her, I was immediately in my head, I said, this person has zero clue about Daddygate. If you're going to call Andrew Gine Andrew Jean, you don't know jack shit. And for her to come on the show and act like she had all the evidence,
she's an expert in the situation.
Expert on
she
Daddygate.
knows what's going on.
But you can't even say Andrew Gine. You have to say Andrew Jean. And then she's like, what does that matter? What does that matter?
It's not a big deal, but it is a big deal. It does show that you're ignorant of the situation. I used to mispronounce Anne's name in the early days of my videos.
We all did, man. I used to say androgyny.
Yeah, because I was just getting my foot in and talking about a situation as a newcomer to it at that time.
And I
wasn't claiming, I'm an expert on this situation, god damn it. And there's no possibility that you will sway my mind, even though you've got a video from the landlord, a video from his cameraman, and she was just disregarding so many
You
facts.
broke down the verification employment letter. All that shit, dude. Between both of us, there's tons. The evidence is all there, man. It's not just us pulling shit out of our ass. It's all there. She was claiming that she had no idea and she was going to look into it. And I don't know. I'm tired of giving people the benefit of the doubt. I want to be straight up with people. I was straight up with Mr. Nipple Clamps. I was straight up with all these other characters. And at the end, even Andrew Gine, I was straight up with all these people. And in the end, they turn out to be liars. And
they do. You're better to be straight up with them, though, man. And if anyone's getting embarrassed in this situation, it's going to be this person that you spoke to. The people who embarrass themselves are the ones who snap and get angry first, basically. All these people are shouting and screaming over you, trying to threaten you, trying to intimidate you and me. And it just makes them look as if they're not telling the... No one has ever been telling the truth and been asked, please tell me the facts that you know. They don't start shouting and swearing if they have those facts to hand and believe in what they're saying, Whereas these people do.
And how can you have a conversation when it's going something like this? Like, Chancellor, how are you today?
Absolutely.
What did you eat tomorrow? What are you going to eat tomorrow? Did you tie your shoes today? Anytime you're about to answer
exactly, it's fucking bullshit, man. And I'm surprised you remained so calm.
Dude, it was hard. I'm not going to lie, man. It was really bugging me. But at the end, I had to remind myself, I got the facts on my side. So I don't have to go to her level and scream over her and shut her down, because I'll just let the facts speak for themselves. And so that was huge, because I am a vocal person, as everyone knows. I'm very, very loud and energetic. So that was a new strategy for me, and I actually kind of enjoyed it, man. And the response was overwhelmingly positive. Because at the end of the day, the truth will prevail, and that's what happened, man. I didn't have to yell over her. I didn't have to throw ad hominem attacks. She kept trying to insinuate that I was a troll and I was making shit up, and I didn't even have to go down to that level. I just had to let the facts speak for themselves, if you will. And at the end of the day, people saw what happened.
What do you think her goal was? I mean, we know that she's been drip feeding information out from Attwood, things that Attwood isn't putting on his own channel, little stupid things that aren't even worth talking about. Attwood's obviously giving her content and she's putting out on her channel, as well as pushing the idea that the prank was that we're all just pissed off because we got pranked. Apparently, that's her angle. So, what do you think her goal was there? Is she working for Attwood? Is she being set up by Attwood? Is he just using her, or what's the situation? Man. She seems to not care about the facts.
Well, you and I spoke privately a couple of days ago, and you know, the lovely and amazing Missy T had been saying this for a long time now, and we were both kind of like staying away from the whole situation, but we were just like, what the fuck is going on here, man? You've got all these characters, some of which have been there from the very beginning, some of which have come late into the game and inserted themselves into the situation, and they tend to have some kind of media background, radio background, acting, LOLO Productions type of shit.
We've always got a profile on that Star Now website. I think it's called Star Now, which is like a LinkedIn for actors and actresses. Yeah. I don't know if you have LinkedIn over there, but
yeah, we have LinkedIn.
You know, like a business profile, Facebook for actors, basically. They all seem to have a profile there. Attwood's parents, underground, this person that has something similar, acting background.
Yeah, there's quite a few of that.
Cameraman has that. You know, they've all got this sort of to go on the Occam's razor theory of that, I just think that YouTube attracts a lot of failed actresses and actors. You know, like they fucked up, they messed up, they couldn't make it big, so they've come to YouTube. And
using that same Occam's razor, if it would be one or two characters, okay, coincidence. Mm-hmm.
But there's loads and loads of them.
It's all these people connected together.
Even Bitpack characters after your interview with certain guests. I'm not going to name these I'm just going to keep names off it at the moment. But after you've interviewed certain guests, people have been in touch with you after that to try and discredit them. And those people have got acting backgrounds.
Yeah, that's what sparked our private conversation the other day. I'm not going to say any names, but Ms. Joyce kept bringing up a name that you and I had never, ever heard about. This person that Ms. Joyce was talking about emailed me.
Yes,
I checked the email and I go, I don't even know who the fuck you are. Why are you emailing me? How did you get my email?
Dude,
and
that podcast had 1,000 views. What's the chances of that person emailing you off of that anyway?
You know, here's the creepy part, bro. I didn't know this. She emailed me even before I spoke with Terry. She sent me 2 emails. Remember how you were saying it was copy and pasted? Shit, the purple was copy and pasted?
It looked as if it could have been because of the color of the text.
This is why. She had copied and pasted from her previous email. So she emailed me before I spoke with Terry, and then she emailed me after I spoke with Terry. And she's trying to get on my show. She wants me to talk to her. And I gave you
what?
I don't know, bro. I gave you the name. You Googled her, and lo and behold,
she had a Star Now profile.
Yeah,
yeah,
and that's what got you and I to scratch our heads and be like, "What the hell is going on here, man?"
Yeah, but there was another person as well. I don't know if you remember, but you had a recent guest on, and then there was another person who was talking to you afterwards, trying to discredit him. That person is an actor.
Wait, another person. Oh. Yeah.
That person's a fucking actor.
And not only
Why
that.
Are they all actors?
Well, remember, I had a call-in show, and I had someone who claimed they were a long-time subscriber call in because they were having beef with someone.
Dominatrix style person.
Yeah, Dominatrix makes those heads snap back apparently, and then after we got tips from the subscribers, this person has been on Big Brother. Yeah. This person has been on this TV show. This person has been on that TV. And then when I asked her, I go, "Hey, are you so and so? Are you so and so?" She changed her YouTube name, deleted all her messages, and tried to erase her tracks.
That's absolutely normal. There's nothing weird about that.
Well, and here's the thing, man. This person is now hanging out with another person with all these media, claims to be in media and a journalist. The whole thing is bananas, man. All these guys. And this was why you brought up Occam's razor. Okay, so realistically, what are the odds? I mean, to have all these characters with all these similar backgrounds, dude, it's creepy. It's creepy as hell, man.
Occam's razor is like the simplest explanation is probably the one that is true, and you make a good point, because I want to go to the simplest explanation is, of course, that all these washed up actors and actresses are drawn to YouTube afterwards. However, when you've got so many, and I think there's at least 10 that we could actually
at
name,
least, bro, at least
10 that we could actually name who have actual acting and acting profiles and are for sale as actors. They've got their services as actors out there for people to hire. When it goes that far, and they're all surrounded in this very tiny, tiny little corner of the internet, then Occam's razor, the simplest explanation is not that this is all just washed up, because then you would just expect everybody who uses YouTube to be an actor or an actress, and that's not the case.
Yeah.
Occam's razor then says,
what are the odds?
A bunch of actors and actresses are drawn to this specific area for some reason just now.
Yeah.
And a lot of them live in the same place as well. A lot of these characters are from the Surrey area, which is very strange.
Another weird shit, man. And then there's another character, a female that has a name that sounds like the Terminator, who has called into BNT and all these channels related to this area of the internet. And it's
they're on YouTube. They've contacted other little truther channels.
And it's just on and on and on, bro. Like, all these people, what the hell? What are the odds, man? I don't know. I'm not saying I have an explanation for it or I know why it's happening. I'm just saying, even if you don't believe in conspiracies and you don't, that has to raise red flags, man. Like, what the hell is going on with all these clowns? Oh, I used to work in radio. Oh, I've got media connections here. I've been on this commercial. I mean, to be on a...
Yeah, I mean, it's not normal to have those kinds of connections. You don't meet people in life who have those kinds of connections normally. I've never met somebody that's an actor or an actress. I'm not an actor. I've never done any acting in my life. Have you?
Well, I do voice acting on the show, do my little voice characters, but that's
another fucking red flag.
That's the extent to my fucking acting. But no, man, it's when you think of someone that's been on TV, just to make it on TV, whether it's on a news channel or have something go viral, and you're just an average person, the odds of that are very, very minuscule, non-existent.
The world, and that happens to maybe 0.0000001% of them.
It could be, and yet you have, in this tiny area of the internet, as we call it, you have all these characters with some kind of connections and affiliations to that shit.
So they claim anyway, but when you actually look into them, the ones that actually provide their actual names, they legitimately have acting presences and acting profiles. Some of them have tried to actually hide it as well, but you can find it. But with enough Googling, it's just...
Well, like that one person that tried to delete her YouTube comments, but the problem with deleting your comments, the way she got caught out was people had tagged her and replied.
Oh, yeah.
And so
you can see her name.
Her name kept popping up. We're like, hey, so-and-so, why... Who are you? Are you this person? Blah, blah, blah. And so even though she deleted her comments, she had still been tagged and got busted red-handed, COVID style. You know what I'm saying? So they get caught out eventually. They're not very good at it. And maybe that's why they're C-list, D-list, E-list celebrities.
They're sub-C-list.
Yeah, they're not even, they don't even make a list. And maybe that's why they're trying to make some noise on this small corner of the internet.
Why would they be attracted to it? It's strange. Don't get me wrong. It doesn't bother me. I don't care.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? I really do not. It doesn't in any way, shape, or form. I don't care, because I'd have to then try and work out a reason for it, and I'm not about to go and try and fill in the blanks. Like, if these people want to get attracted to this side of things, go for it. I don't care, as long as the research that we do is based on things that are verifiable, and we can show that they've been verified without them relying on the word of one person, let's say, for example. That's all that really matters, Yeah. Or we can say, well, this is our opinion based on X, Y, and Z, but it does throw your ability to use sources really up in the air when you find out that so many people not only actors and actresses, but don't mention that when they're actually talking to you, and you only find that out afterwards.
And why did we find out about a lot of these people? It wasn't because it was you or me. It was because our subscribers. So these people had some kind of media presence that, because of this media presence, people were like, holy shit, I've heard this person on BNT before, or I've heard this person on this TV channel, or I've seen this. And that's how we've gotten to know these people. Now, one person that we still don't know who the hell they are is Brother, who are you? You know, like I thought for sure, you know, given how well known that is now, and how somewhat everyone in this corner of the internet knows exactly what that phrase refers to. And I thought by now we would have known, you know, we would have figured that person out for sure. There's been guesses, you know, I think it's this person, I think it's that person, but that's still a mystery person.
Yeah, and he might be one of the few people that isn't an actor, so doesn't have a public profile.
Yeah, probably just a goon that hangs out, you know? Hangs out in Esposito's bedroom. Watches.
Feels entitled to his phone whenever he wants it. Just give me that phone.
Yeah, man. Oh, man. I agree with you, man. I'm 100% along the same lines as your sentiment that, yeah, the whole thing is Looney Tunes, the whole thing is crazy, but who gives a shit? I don't give a shit. You don't give a shit. If they're trying to get a rise out of you and I, it's not working. It's not gonna work. No, hell no. We're still going to produce the content that we are going to produce, and no matter what they do or say, it's not going to dictate how we put out this content. There's been times where Attwood has put out official statements, if you will, and he's wanted us to run with it, and you and I have spoken. We're like, we're not going to talk about it. Screw that. We're not.
Why is he putting it out through a third party? Why is he? If he's not putting it on his own channel, then if it's not coming out of his mouth, then it's not official. Like him saying that he was that he was questioned, I should say. So him saying that he was questioned and charged by a child protection officer, that's words out of his mouth. Whether you believe them or not, different story, but that's words out of his mouth. But if it was just him sending that as an email to a third party, and that third party dropping it on their channel, I wouldn't be interested. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be legit. It doesn't look legit then. It doesn't smell right. Same with these little snippets of so-called content from Cali in prison that's getting dropped out on little third-party channels. Well, these are not verifiable. These are things that need to be looked into. They need to be reported to the police. If somebody's been starved in prison, that needs to be reported to the police. I would say.
Cali Mandela.
Cali Mandela. You know, we can't have another Nelson Mandela. You know, so it cannot be allowed.
No, man, and that's one of the most curious things of these latest developments of Sean feeding information to this YouTube channel that originally had 3,000 subs and now is starting from scratch, and Sean is trying to prop them up. And when you see Sean all up in the comment sections, like, oh, great work. Yeah, you just smashed the trolls. This is awesome. And then
it's almost like he's taking the piss out of the channel maker, though. You know, it's almost like this Terry woman is getting,
and she's buying into it,
just like farting in her face and wafting into her face. You know what I mean? Like, good girl, there you go.
Had a girl.
You know, Attwood is treating her like she's just a dumb donkey. You know what I mean? Like, just put this out.
And by her not verifying any of the information that we have given her, that's why Sean, to me, it makes sense. Oh, look, he found someone that will buy into all the bullshit he's been spewing and won't even question it. And, yeah, man,
he's going to probably use a few more people in the same way. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's going to get others to do the same thing. Let him try, because the egg is going to be on their faces in the end. This is not something that Attwood is going to be able to worm his way out of. He's an anti-paedophilia campaigner who got his dick pulled out of his trousers by an abuse victim dressed as a child, and that information leaked when nude photos leaked of that victim in his house. So, and that was something that you brought up with this Terry Joyce as well. You were like, what about the nude photo? She was like, she had those nudes on her profile anyway, for all I know. It's like, they were taken in Attwood's house.
How many cricket moments did I give her? You know, and I didn't want to give her any cricket moments, but the more aggressive she got, the more she started yelling. I was like, I'm going to have to hit her with some cricket moments, you know? Like, ask her some real tough questions. Explain that if you're so sure. And,
the response was to shout change the subject.
One of the real interesting things that I've noticed going through her channel, and anytime she's got some Sean content, Callie content on her channel and videos, she goes out of her way to show everyone, this is the making of the prank by Sean Attwood. She links that video.
Yeah, she's always sending the link to that video.
And over. Like, have you seen this? I'm like, yeah, Miss Joyce, we have all seen that. That is problem. 9 months ago.
That's what made everybody leave Sean. That's what made us leave Sean Attwood's channel and start talking about this situation, because that doesn't look right.
Yeah.
That's not right for an anti-paedophile campaigner who speaks to vulnerable women to be asking a woman what her first abuse was, and then in the background in his house have her being filmed on her knees dressed as a child in a sexual position.
And he said, even in his little quote-unquote making of the prank, he said, I'm going to have her wear Daddy's little girl outfit.
He said, here's the clothes that she wore, Daddy's little girl.
And what did he say on True Geordie?
She's acting He also said that she was acting sexy. So he considers her dressed as a child to be acting sexy, which nobody considers that to be acting sexy.
How can you ever say a child is acting sexy? Yeah,
exactly. It's just horrific. It's absolutely disgusting, and it's the fact that it's that outfit, that little pink frilly outfit. That is not a fetish outfit.
Well, you know he tried to say in the True Geordie
frilly outfit. It's like
milkmaid.
It's a child's outfit.
Well, he
said it's a milkmaid's outfit. Total bullshit.
And it's a lie, because he in his own words. And remember, I tried playing the video clip where she is, or Miss Joyce is saying, "Oh no, it wasn't this, it wasn't that." I played her the video clip where, in Sean's own words, he is admitting to all this, and even the daddy girls out. And then what was her defense for it? Oh, it was all the music. Yeah,
she didn't like that clip because that clip was taken from a channel that was making propaganda, apparently, which you could argue, yes, but from what I saw of that video, it didn't take anything out of order. It was all in order. It was Attwood asking Callie how she'd been sexually abused. And he literally said to her, "Have you been abused as a child?" And she said, "Yes." And he was like, "Oh, tell me what happened." "Oh, it was by an uncle." And then it went on to the daddy, interspersed with the daddy video. So I thought it was quite powerful, that video.
It's very, and that's what I argued. I go, yeah, the music is there, but if we just, if you just make a video and then it's just cut and dry, it might not have the same kind of impact. You might not remember it. So I thought it was well done, and she was. That's all she had. She had no defense for it. So rather than defend it, the actual words that Sean used or his actions, it was all about the music. Fuck that. I don't want to listen to it because it's all about the music. And she was hell bent on that. She didn't even want to leave the subject. And to me, as she was ranting and raving over that shit, I was just laughing and I was smiling, to be honest. I was like, I was smiling for the most part.
Not only did she say that, this is all just propaganda because of the music, blah, blah, blah. She said, "I know because I work with people who do it. I work with people who do it." Did you catch that?
Yeah, man. There was. She said a couple of things that did raise red flags, and I think we should touch on it, man. There was a couple of red flags. I'm like, wait a minute. So go on, man. Cover that, and I've got another one.
What do you remember that was a red flag? I just remember her saying that. That's the bit that stood out to me. When she was
talking about Sean, how she met Sean. She almost got into it, how she came across Sean, and she was pretty much going to say that Sean was giving her this propaganda, and then she caught herself. And I'm like, you don't want to go there, do you? Like, she she then caught herself and stopped, and then tried to steer the conversation. I should have pressed her more.
Oh shit, man! Yeah, no, I didn't quite.
Yeah, dude, because
I did hear her talking about how she met Sean. Did sound like she was saying something like they actually have met each other in person or something. It sounded like she was saying something like that.
Well, the thing is, that kind of corroborates what that email I got from that other character. That character,
yeah, this other actor who you should get back. You should get back to that person.
I emailed her. I did email her. I don't want to. Well, I'll fucking say it. I emailed her. I go, how do you feel about Attwood? Because in her email, she said she was making it sound like she had some beef with Ms. Joyce, but she was still cool with Sean, and that she was the one that introduced her to Sean. I'm like, this is freaking weird. What the hell's going on here? That's what.
Wait, so she's been introduced to Sean. She hasn't just caught him on the internet.
I don't know.
She's actually.
It's vague enough. It's vague enough that you can translate it in any way. I don't know what that means.
I mean, this could be her though, sending that email, pretending to be this person.
Yeah.
But then you got an email from that person prior to you even speaking to this Terry Joyce person, and then Terry Joyce mentioned this person on her interview with you.
And then I got an email from this alleged person the day after that interview. Whole thing's weird, man.
Very weird indeed.
Yeah, man. It's
like characters start to got in touch and they were anti Sean Attwood, blah blah blah, and then they were trying to get us to run with certain bits of information, and then it turned out that they lived in Arizona after saying that they didn't live in Arizona, after saying they lived somewhere else, wasn't it? And then there was rumors that they knew Wildman and stuff like that. It's just
weird, bro.
Very weird, and it's not worth thinking about too much. It's just like, if these freaks want to carry on their crappy little espionage tactics, go them. You know what I mean? I mean, personally, like you've said earlier on in this conversation, we're not going to be affected by that. So if you want to carry on doing it, I don't care. That's their world. If they want to live in that world, they can. I don't live in that world, I'm afraid. I live in the real world.
Yeah.
So
it's definitely raises your eyebrows. You know, like, what the hell's going on here? But one of the moments that really, you know, just to wrap things up here soon, one of the moments where it was finally my breaking point was when I asked her, I go, you've been talking about Callie being victimized in the prison system and whatnot. And I go, how do you feel about the victim? And then she had the audacity to say, oh, well, from what I hear, it was all a setup. You know, just casually. Just
somebody kamikazed themselves under the wheels of Callie's car.
Yeah,
just set up.
It's a fucking joke, man. And that was truly disgusting, man.
It's just filthy.
It was, dude, that... I'm not gonna lie, man. I was tempted to hang up right there or just end the call. Like, are you fucking kidding me? You're gonna say it was a setup?
But they're a bunch of fucking degenerates, man. They're a bunch of deviants, and they don't have the same moral compass as normal people. You heard it when she was excusing everything that Attwood did with Callie as well. Just excuse after excuse after. Well, that's what they do in that world, you know.
Or even
not with campaigners.
Even the employment verification. I go, that was criminal. Oh, well, you know, we can all do that. Like, always minimizing everything. Fraud
against innocent people is something, well, you know, it's fine. No, it's not fine. You'd actually go to prison for that if it ended up in court, because it's such a premeditated action. You'd probably find yourself getting a few months in prison for that.
Yeah, just dismissive of anything that was a legitimate threat to Attwood's credibility, you know, with verifiable evidence. She didn't have nothing for it, so it's just locker room talk, you know, that kind of attitude, like, whatever, you know, no big deal. Like, no, this is a big fucking deal, and you're trying to sweep it under the rug. And
exactly.
But
that's what a lot of these people do, though. A lot of these other people, these so-called ex-gangsters, these so-called G's that have turned themselves around in all this bull, who are getting into the podcast game.
And then you have the chance.
Chancer. You know, all these people are prepared to turn a blind eye to the actions as well. Lots of them, not all of them. I shouldn't say all of them, because that's actually wrong, because a large amount of them don't. But the ones that are deviants or are happy to ignore that kind of behaviour in other people, they're fine with it. They're absolutely fine to say, doesn't bother me. You know what I mean? I don't care. Yeah. There's no honour amongst thieves, it seems.
I don't get it, man. I don't.
And then you've got Attwood in the background, as we actually started off this conversation with, and then kind of forgot to round that off a little bit. But we spoke about how True Media got hit with a copyright strike.
Yeah.
He's got 60 subs, 60, 70 subs maybe.
He's hitting 70, yeah.
70. And, you know, he's been after Attwood since day one. Yeah. And since day one, people have been contacting us under the guise of being friends with us. People that have subsequently been exposed as being crazy nutters. Have tried to turn us against True Media from day one for some reason. If you remember right. Which is strange because it means that shows that True Media was on Attwood's radar from day one.
From day one, man. And this, I know who you're talking about. This character with the many personalities, but they've been hardcore on True Media. Even when this person really disguised themselves as an ally and would talk to me like, oh, Mr. True Media needs to go down. We need to take him down. We need.
That's
I'm
right.
like,
yeah,
what is your beef? What is your obsession? Yeah.
And we didn't know anything about True Media at that point. Really,
we didn't have regular communication. The way I have somewhat, semi-regular conversations with Mr. True Media. We didn't have that way back then, So it was completely strange. And then for Attwood to jump into the mix and hit him with copyright strikes on videos that were reinstated.
Terry Joyce is happy to ignore that Attwood's striking people in the background. It's just so against what YouTube's about. He's trying to strike down criticism. He's hit one of my subscribers, potentially, for bullying. He's hitting True Media for a video that you own, that you gave True Media permission to put up. He's hitting you for copyright strikes. He's hitting this channel, the Daddygate podcast, with false copyright strikes, which got reversed. It's all just one dirty abuse of power by one corner, basically. And it just gets ignored by people like Terry Joyce. Whereas anyone with their eyes open can see that, anyone with their morals intact can see that copyright striking people falsely to remove criticism is wrong. It's not acceptable. It's not excusable at all to do that.
No.
Anyone with their morals intact knows that you don't spend time making a video and then get it struck down by someone else and just say, well, fair enough. You know what I mean? When it's your video and your content and you've made it under fair use, under the rules of the law of the land and the jurisdiction in which YouTube is in. It's just ridiculous. But you get these people like Terry Joyce and others who say, well, that's what you get for what? Making videos that abide fully under the laws as they're written. That's what you get for criticising Attwood. That's what they say. They say, well, that's what you get. Maybe you shouldn't criticise on him. I get comments day after day on my channel saying, they open up like, nice video, Chancer. Great fan of your channel. They'd never commented before, ever. They say, nice video, Chancer. Great fan of your channel. Just confused as to why you're focusing on Sean Attwood. Shouldn't you be focusing on other things? Just the strangest kind of comments that you could ever really have. Like, going onto someone's channel and saying, why are you making videos about this? Why don't you go make videos about that instead? Stop looking at this. Stop looking at this guy. It's just strange. There's a whole wave of, bullshit coming this way, which is something that certain individuals have referred to in the past. They said that when you go up against Attwood, you get basically a load of slime coming your way from dozens of angles. And I think we've kind of built up a bit of an armour to it now, because we've had it ongoing for so long.
We've become seasoned veterans, if you will.
Yeah, we don't care. It doesn't bother us. It's bizarre and it's noteworthy and it's worth talking about, but it ain't going to put us off.
Hell no, man. We ain't going nowheres. Yeah, man. And that's why we continue to cover it, man. We're fascinated by it, and we know the people that listen to us are fascinated, and that's why we still cover it. People want this. They want to know what's going on. It's an interesting development all the way around. Even with all these weird turns and angles that just pop up out of nowhere, seemingly. It just,
it feels like we're probing a grubby situation that's got a hell of a lot more to it than meets the eye.
So many tentacles, man. We're just poking
many vested interests in us stopping as well, it seems. But we're not going to go all Sonia Bolton and claim that we're being attacked by dark forces. Attwood says that as well.
If Sean does ever do a live, I'm going to be like, Sean, how are you, Sean? Inside joke. People that have been following me know where I was going with that. And some people are like, what the fuck was that about? But that's why you got to tune in, goddammit.
As you say, that's why people tune into the Daddygate podcast. We'll fill them in on all the details here.
Just remember, why is before you. Shut up. I
just got that.
Yeah. Crickets.
I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Crickets. All right, y'all.
Right, yeah.
Tune into my man, Chancer. Where? YouTube.
Chancer. Just youtube.com/Chancer. Yep. Hit me up over there. And Odyssey, if you type Chancer in Odyssey, it should be the first thing that comes up as well.
Twitter
at Chancer Media as well, of course, yes. So you can definitely get me there too.
Do you have an OnlyFans?
I don't have an OnlyFans as yet, but if there's demand for an OnlyFans, then I might do it. Because it seems to be getting pushed as a common. I've actually heard that universities are not for boys, not for men, but who's a university student? Young men and young women. The young women are apparently the student union is advertising OnlyFans as a way for them to make money.
Yeah.
So that's the world we live in now. So you never know. I might open an OnlyFans since prostitution is becoming absolutely accepted and encouraged around the Western world. Fabulous time to be alive.
So keep your eyes out. Chancer will have an OnlyFans for all the beautiful people.
I'm only going to show nudes, though. I'm not going to show any clothes.
You're going to show.
I'm sure somebody can
show some hardcore kitty litter boxes.
Yeah.
Uncensored.
Nice scat for litter.
Oh shit. Alright, y'all, you can find me on, just look for the What Is True podcast, Spotify, any podcast player of choice, YouTube, or What Is True podcast live streams. That's my secondary channel where I've been doing most of my live streaming recently, so make sure you sub to that one. And obviously subscribe to this channel, the Daddygate podcast. We are often imitated but never replicated, and so this is where it's at.
Hate figures around certain elements of YouTube, which we love.
I love it, man. Haterade for that.
Yeah, man. It's really good.
All right, y'all. Enjoy your weekend, and this show will be coming out soon to a iPhone near you or television screen, wherever the hell you listen to it.
OnlyFans near you.
OnlyFans near you. All right, y'all. Peace.
See you later.